Welcome, everybody. My name is Lisa Nehring from True North Online Academy, and I'm excited to share with you guys today about our new dual degree program. I want to give you just a minute of background about me to put this whole thing in context. So if you don't know me, I have one husband, two graduate degrees, 5 kids, and a black belt in homeschooling. We homeschooled for 30 years. I have a master's degree in human development and a master's degree in marriage and family therapy. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my family because it has to do with what we're going to talk about. So, not only do I have two graduate degrees, but my husband has three graduate degrees. Between us, we have 5 kids and 5 graduate degrees. We really believe in education, and we have spent our entire adult lives working towards degrees, helping other people understand education, and creating educational programs. So, education is super important to us. We really do believe that education is the transmission of culture. I want to put this in context because what we're going to talk about is a new way to reimagine education and a bachelor's degree program. We really feel like it's important at this point in time to really start thinking about other ways to resource our kids. We're in what's called the fourth industrial revolution, and those institutions that we've relied on and counted on, like healthcare, politics, and education, are all really in a time of disruption. And so the education that we got is really different. So, with all that, let's jump into it. We're going to talk about the new dual degree program at True North our Online Academy. We recently changed our name because of accreditation. So in this presentation, we're going to do just a brief welcome and introduction, the college dilemma. We're going to talk about the difference between dual enrollment and dual degree and how to work smarter, not harder, so that you can be super efficient with your kids' education. They can learn once and earn twice. It's kind of an exciting program. I'm excited to bring it to you. But before we really get into it, I want you to just ask yourself these questions. Are you stressed out thinking about how to provide a solid academic high school program to your kids? How to prepare them well for the ACT and SAT? You guys have heard over and over that you can get college for free if your kids get a high enough ACT or SAT score. I don't know about you, but 5 out of 5 of my kids are terrible test takers. And so that was really stressful, even thinking about getting them ready for it. I know it's a strategy test, they're really smart kids, but those tests are testing for a specific way of thinking and responding. And so not everybody's going to get a stellar test. If you are stressed about sorting through academics versus busy work, we can help you with that for sure. Maybe you're stressed out thinking about how to keep your kids from going into debt for college. And there's good reason to be really concerned about the amount of debt that your kids take out for higher education. We're going to talk about that more in depth. Maybe you're stressed out because you want your kids to get a college degree, but you don't love the woke ideology of college. We're going to talk about that. You don't love the lack of vocational focus, training, or paths that make sense in college. We're going to talk about that. Maybe you're concerned about their late entry into the job market due to college costs of time and money. Maybe your kids want to go to a graduate program right away, but going to college is going to delay them getting into a graduate program. And you've heard me say this for years, and if you haven't, let me say it now. If your kid is graduate school focused, like they're going to go in to get a law degree, a physical therapy advanced degree, maybe vet school, any kind of mental health, anything that requires a graduate degree, medical school, etc., have them do their undergrad as quickly and without any expense as possible. Have them get into that graduate program sooner than later. Or maybe you're stressed about the left leaning professors in college. We're going to talk about that too. So I would love to hear from you guys. What are the things that are stressing you out most about thinking about launching your kids as young adults? David Ben-Gurion, who's the first prime minister of Israel, said, "It is not enough to be up to today. We have to be up to tomorrow." So if we are preparing our kids for launch the way we got ready a generation or even two ago, we're we're not up to speed. We're not getting our kids ready for this fourth industrial revolution that they're going to live and work in. They're going to live and work in a global gig economy. And we really need to be rethinking how we're preparing our kids for launch and how we're setting them up for success in the future. This is the world that they are going to live in. You want to give your kids a great education and have the flexibility to do the following: start their own business, We have several students at True North Online Academy who started their own business in high school. Do you want the flexibility to travel with your kids, even when they're young adults? Do you want the ability to have your kids be creative? We have several students who are writing novels, who are involved with film, making them, acting in them, or involved in other creative endeavors like modeling. We have several elite athletes. We have a couple students who are actually signed on with teams or ballet corps, even while they're still in high school. And they know that probably an undergrad degree, a bachelor's degree is going to really be good for them at some point in their life. Just they're really busy doing adult things now. So this is a great program for those kind of students. If you have a student who wants to take a gap year, but they're worried that if they take a gap year, it might turn into 2 or 3 and then they never get to college, or they never just make time for it. Or maybe you just want to think about how to earn a college degree debt free. And if so, if any of those things are true, I want you to stay tuned because I think we have what you're looking for. But first of all, let's talk about the college dilemma and let's talk about expenses first. College is expensive. College costs have risen 20% in the last 10 years, 1,800% since 1971. That's crazy to think about. College textbooks costs have risen 400% in the last 10 years. Now, when I went to college many, many decades ago, there were expensive college textbooks. Some of them could be over $100 a piece, but we could rent them from the bookstore. When we were done with them, we took them back to the bookstore and got money back. Now, most college textbooks are electronic. The kids don't own them. They can't get any refund back for them. And they often don't use them really extensively. Think about that. Textbook costs alone have risen 400% in the last 10 years. In-state colleges cost on average $28,000 per year. Private colleges cost on average $38,000 to $65,000 and upwards of $80,000. Now, it's hard to get a good average for private colleges because they vary so widely. Most of these colleges say, hey, we're giving away $5 million in scholarships every single year. You should come to our school because your kids are guaranteed to get a scholarship. So if the school costs 65,000 or even 38,000 and they get a $15,000 scholarship a year, that still leaves 15 to 20 and up of money that they have to come up with times 4, 5, or 6 years. And we're already talking upwards of $100,000 in debt your kids might have to take to go to that private college or university. The United States has $1.1 trillion in student loan debt that is not bankruptable. What that means is your kids can't bankrupt that debt. So the only way that they can get out of paying for their student loan debt is to pay it off or to die or to just not pay it, which means their credit score and everything else is going to be in a tank. If you think the United States says, we want an educated America, we are going to give you student loan dollars so that you can be educated and contribute to society, I want you to think about the fact that the United States government makes $1 billion, over $1 billion every single year on student loan debt. It's a moneymaker for the government. College for all ideology is watered down education, just like the No Child Left Behind ideology did for K through 12. And both of these are great ideas, but let's be honest. College was never intended for everybody. It doesn't need to be for everybody. And the fact that we have everybody in college means that we've had to really change the whole face and idea of what college means and what it's for. Let's continue talking about the college dilemma with the fact that it is not efficient, also known as it could be a waste of time. Most students are graduating in 6 years with an undergraduate, not 4. I know when I went to college, if you did not graduate in 4 years, you actually had dropped out because of illness, or maybe you partied too hard, or you left and came back, or you were just kind of dumb. But now the average student graduates in 6 years. That means that every year that they're in college, they're paying more to be there, right? The average debt for undergraduate is $37,000 in debt. And imagine if your kid actually finds a spouse that also has $37,000 in debt, they now have $72,000 in debt. They're in their mid-20s, and that's a lot of debt with no house or any kind of tangible asset to show for it. It also means late entry to the job market, so years of lost wages. If your student can graduate with a degree at 20 instead of 25 or 26, that's 5 more years of time on task, learning skills, being in the job market, making money. 25% of all college freshmen attend remediation classes. What does that mean? So remediation classes mean if your kiddo comes into college without a certain test score or without specific classes, they are required to take a remediation class. That is college cost class without college credit. And again, if you think that this is just done because the college cares so much about their students, put it into context. This is $1 billion business. Remediation classes across the country are $1 billion business. So colleges are making a lot of money on remediation classes, and your student does not earn college credit. Dual enrollment, advanced placement, and CLEP tests. While you might have your kids do a ton of those to get them into the right school or get them a year done before a year of college done before they graduate from high school, there's absolutely no guarantee of transferability into whatever college or university they go into. Or they might earn the credits as electives, but not the credits for specific class requirements. So it can be a frustrating matchup to make sure that those credits are taken by the university that you want to go to. Over a half of college freshmen don't graduate. That's 1 million students a year drop out. That's incredible churn. If you weren't in any other industry, those industries would be looking at that like, what is going on with our product here? But sadly, colleges and universities don't seem too concerned with that level of dropout, and it is really concerning. Let's talk about the college dilemma in terms of ideology. Colleges and universities are liberal. Now, I know that there are some really good Christian colleges and universities out there, and other colleges that might have a specific focus that are really good. But in general, they're very liberal. And this is not me talking, this is based on stats done by the Pew Research and also Barna Research. So this is statistical analysis here. They're valid and reliable outcomes. 70% of evangelical kids who enter college will renounce their faith by Thanksgiving of their freshman year. Even more concerning than that, 80% of them won't return to their faith. That means that every Christian student who enters college as a freshman and claims Christianity by Thanksgiving or later, 60% of them will never return to that faith. In 2012, the Christianity Today published an article called The American Brothel System, based on the sexualization of college campuses and how they've severely compromised our kids academically, vocationally, and spiritually. It's worth going to read the article. It's very well done. It's very thoughtful. It's a good analysis of what's going on in schools right now. And I think as Christian parents, as parents who are concerned about the future of our kids, it's something to really take a good look at. Statistically, this is again not me talking, statistically, most college professors are far more left leaning than most Americans. And by most Americans, I don't mean conservative Christian parents. I mean most Americans across the board, Republican, Democrat, liberal, conservative. Statistically, most college professors are more left of that group of people. Jeremy Pryor said, imagine if we spent 12 years preparing our kids to start a business and a family instead of driving them into so much debt that they can't afford to do either. And I think that's a great way to think about and strategize for our kids right now. But does the piece of paper still matter? Does that college degree still matter? Let's really think about that before we just throw the baby out with bathwater. Colleges can provide a networking opportunity and new and enriching life experiences for our kids. It can help us meet personal goals for us, for our family, for our kids, for our grandkids, etc. It can increase your job prospects and career growth promotion, amplify your earning potential and salary, and enable you to pursue further study and specialization. I want to back up for just a minute because all of this is based on pre-2020 stats and research. We don't really have a lot of data since 2020 about colleges, but a lot of our kids they're going to college. I have a friend who drove their kid from South Dakota to Texas to get them into the dorm room and set them up for college, got back home and found out that all of her daughter's classes had been moved online. And this was last year. This doesn't have anything to do with 2020 or anything else like that. Most colleges are realizing they can make more money if the kids are online. And so the experience that we had going to college, where you would go to class and you would have people in class and you would meet people and have new opportunities and seminars and those kind of things, those opportunities have changed radically since 2020. Something to really think about and consider. The same is true for increasing your jobs prospects and career growth promotion. That really has to do with what jobs are you going into and how connected are you in the college environment. Statistically, it did amplify your earning potential and salary. However, with how tech driven our culture is and how technology is just increasing and speeding up, um, certifications and credentialing can mean just as much as a college degree. So that might not always be true depending on what field you're going into. But what is true is that having a college degree can help you pursue further study and specialization, especially if you're concerned about graduate school. And again, if you are thinking about going to graduate school, get that undergraduate degree done as quickly as possible with as little to no debt as possible. Now, college grads do typically still earn more, at least they did up until 2020. However, with the internet blowing up and everybody realizing the potential of online everything, I'm not sure that that's always still true either. Now, you probably heard about other self paced college degree programs, but let's talk about those for a minute. Most of them are completely self paced, and it can be lonely. If you have a social child, or even if you don't have a social child, basically these kids are doing the program completely on their own and it's completely self paced. There's no interaction with a human. They're all like online. The kid watches a video or listens to a podcast or whatever, read something, and then they take a test. So there's very, very little human interaction. And that can be really demotivating, even for the most motivated student. Some of these programs are really slim on academics. One of the things we do at True North Online Academy is we're doing constant market research and analysis. What's going on in academia? How are we fitting into that? Um, how can we leverage what we have going for us to really serve our families super well? And one of the things that we've really noticed with a lot of these extended or alternative programs is that they are actually really slim on academics. They say it's a college degree, but the kids are really not learning that much as far as skills go. There's usually no class cohort with these classes and programs. So the kids, again, are totally on their own. They don't know who else is in the program. And it doesn't develop interpersonal skills, which are going to be absolutely necessary for our kids' success in this global gig economy in which we live and work. Things like communication, critical thinking, creativity, and collaboration. These are life skills and interpersonal skills that are absolutely necessary for our kids to succeed in the global gig economy in which most of us are already working in, right? So if they're doing everything self-paced and they're just studying, answering some questions, doing some tests, they're not learning those really important communication, critical thinking, creativity, and most importantly in this world, collaboration skills, right? So while there's some other really good programs out there, they have some challenges to them. So what we've done at True North, our new dual degree program, we have created this program where the students can do the work and earn both an accredited high school diploma and an accredited college degree, all within the context of a Judeo-Christian community. Every incoming class is a class cohort, so we have a combination monthly Zoom meetings with this cohort, and then we're going to do at least a once a year live meetup with these kids so that they can do the networking that is so important to them, so that they can actually learn and grow and develop within a community. We also have created a combination of both live online classes and self-paced classes. So that loneliness factor, we have just taken care of that. The kids actually see their teachers, see their fellow students, they're interacting with them and engaging with them online in real kind of ways. We're going to, again, do monthly online meetups and a yearly in-person meetup. Again, the kids are going to be able to learn once, earn twice, work smarter, not harder. So let's talk about our dual degree program and a self-paced or dual enrollment students. With our dual degree program, kids graduate with an accredited high school diploma around 18. They're going to graduate with an accredited college degree around 18. They can go directly to work, enter the military as a commissioned officer instead of enlisted, start or continue their own business, start or continue their creative life, buy a house, start a family, all those good things. If they're doing a self-paced or dual enrollment program where they're only earning college credits one at a time, they may or may not graduate. I'll be honest, we had two of our kids start a dual enrollment program that they never finished because, again, it was just so lonely and it was isolated and it was not an inspiring program. They were getting the work done, but it was not feeding them in a way that really helped them love academics, love learning, and wanted, they just did not want to continue it. They might head to college from these degrees, but they still might be unsure of their major or vocational training. They're usually facing debt, even if they have some dual enrollment credits done. There's a 50% chance of them dropping out of a degree program because that's the stats right now. Again, over 1 million students a year are dropping out. It's a crazy churn rate. And they're dropping out for many reasons. They're usually going to graduate on average between 24 and 26 years of age with around $37,000 in debt, and most of them are still unsure of the job prospects ahead of them. So, who is the perfect student for our dual degree program? Anybody who is atypical or neurodivergent would be perfect for this program. Anybody who is medically fragile in a traditional program would not work for them, just physically perfect for them. Gifted and talented students, these kids usually have a clear plan and they want to work it. Entrepreneurs and creatives, same kind of thing. They're already in the working world and they're ready to rock and roll, but they know that that piece of paper might be really important to them later on, and they don't want to have to deal with it after they've launched, they've bought a house, they have a family, they want to get it done now. And that just makes total sense. And again, those are the same kind of kids who might be already working professionally. Students who are goal driven and love efficiency, this is a perfect program for them. Students with financial goals, students interested in entering graduate school as soon as possible, this is perfect for them. Autodidacts, people who already know how to learn well and on their own, and homeschoolers used to alternative routes of thinking and learning. This is a perfect program for them. Our program offers affordability, flexibility, and efficiency. You are able to create a strategic educational path for your kids, and we're going to help you every step of the way. A path that is affordable and provides the quality that you're looking for. We've all been told that there's one way to earn a degree. So we load our kids down in high school so that they can get into the perfect program. And we turn high school into a rat race instead of this amazing educational experience and opportunity. And let me tell you that right now, because our kids are so loaded down, cheating is more the name of the game than not. So, dual enrollment. A lot of kids are doing college credits while they're still in high school. Advanced placement. I know students who are taking 4 to 8 advanced placement classes a year while they're working and doing a college prep program and in sports and band and all those kind of things. Club classes might or might not transfer, and honors, same kind of thing. So I want to give you an example. An AP class, just think about a college prep biology class. We're all pretty familiar with Apologia. It's a pretty robust program, right? So if for AP, you take a program like that, and then you add 1,500 additional terms and phrases and information that your student has to know for them to be ready to go take the AP exam. Now, if you know students who are taking 4 to 8 additional or taking 4 to 8 AP classes, that means it's a college prep program with another program layered on top of it. How are kids getting through this and working and doing all these other things so that they can get into the perfect program? Well, again, they're probably cheating. And I'm not saying that in a disparaging way. I'm saying that that the system is set up so that it's almost a no-win for these kids. So we want to help you think about putting that energy towards completing a degree instead of trying to get into a degree program. It's efficient. Again, your kids are going to learn once and earn twice. We do not want our kids to sacrifice the teenage years. We want to ensure the quality of education that they are going to receive. Can students get into graduate school with this program? Absolutely, yes. So if you're going to go to grad school, again, get your undergrad done as soon as possible with zero debt, and this program allows that. Students have been accepted into graduate school at 18, even Cornell Law School, which is an Ivy League level school. Again, it's affordable, flexible, and efficient. So what's the difference between dual credit and dual degree? Well, dual enrollment students earn credits by classes completed. So they might go to the local community college or state school and they take a class and they earn credit for that class. And then they hope that that credit transfers to the next school. Well, dual degree students are earning college credit for the work they're completing in partnership with certain accredited institutions to earn a degree. So that's what we're doing. We have gotten approval for our program. We're in partnership with certain accredited institutions for students to earn a degree while they're taking classes with us. So again, students complete a class, they earn 1 high school credit and 3 college credits. We help you map out the most efficient way to get through both programs. So students will have a high school worksheet and a college worksheet to make sure that we're getting everything done. And we've had several students who have entered the program already, and they're like, well, we want to finish Spanish or we want to finish ASL. We're really committed to doing this certain thing. And there's flexibility and room for that as well. So how is True North different? Well, we've curated the excellent materials and instructors from around the world to deliver a world-class education to your students. This has been a high value for us since we began in 2018. And this program specifically, we have a combination of live online classes plus self-paced classes. So in a typical year, students will take 6 live online classes and 4 self-paced classes. So goodbye isolation and loneliness of most dual degree programs. And here's the deal. When I say 10 classes a year, listen, we have curated this so that it's very, very doable. If your kids are in college, they're usually taking 5 classes in the fall, 5 in the spring for 10 overall to get 120 credits done in 4 years. So we have curated these classes so they're taking 6 live online classes and then 4 self-paced classes. They have 12-month access to those self-paced classes and they can do them at their own pace. They can do them during the semester, over the course of the year, or in the summer. There's a lot of flexibility here, and we really want to make sure that the kids have a summer break. So it's a very doable program. Most students, by the way, as I already mentioned, are doing online work once they get to college anyway. So again, it's affordable, less expensive. But what are the distinctives of our program? We map out the most efficient way for you to get through both programs. We create the most efficient and engaging program for your student based on parent and student feedback. So we want to hear from you guys. We want to sit down, get to know your family. What is your kids' goals? How can we best help them get there? We include real life classes like entrepreneurship, leadership, personal finance. We want your kids to know themselves better at the end of this program and have a clear plan of action when they're done. And so we're going to help work that into the program so they just get to know themselves and what their skills are, where they want to go afterwards. The classes are taught from a Judeo-Christian point of view. And again, students are going to take about 60% of their classes online for others. So for many, again, loneliness is why they don't complete a dual degree program, but we've eliminated that issue. So we're really allowing kids to begin adult life in their 20s with no debt and a degree, and we're helping them discover their own interests and career fields and things like that. So we create a personalized learning plan for each student. It's a roadmap for students to follow. It is a strategic path forward towards success. And you have continued support and guidance from day one through graduation. So we provide the live online classes, syllabus assignments and grading. We have graded self-paced classes as well. And then we have True North by year college cohorts. So again, study once, earn twice. True North will issue an accredited high school diploma, Cognate accredited. The colleges issue a WASC accredited college degree. So let's talk about our partner colleges and degrees. These are fully accredited programs. So Excelsior College was established in 1971. If you go to their in-person program, it's over $26,000 a year. The University of the Incarnate Word, which was established in 1881, it's between $37,000 and $51,000 per year for traditional students. And then Crest Point University, which was established in 2003 and is an online program. We are offering 4 degrees right now: a Bachelor of Science in Business, a Bachelor of Science in Psychology, a Bachelor's of Professional Studies, Business and Management, and a Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies. So if you think distance learning just started in 2020, oh my gosh, it's been around for over 130 years. It started in 1892 at the University of Chicago. It creates and provides a safe learning environment that allows students to develop their creativity and flexibility, reduces social anxiety and stress, and it can really afford a personalized education with flexibility and increased free time. Distance learning is already heavily utilized by entrepreneurs, those in the military, creatives, and athletes. If you know a child actor, chances are they've done distance learning. So let's talk about alternative college credit, because you might be thinking, is this for real? Yeah, it is for real. The ACE, which is Alternative College Education, started in 1918. You probably are already familiar with Advanced Placement. That started in 1952. The College Level Exam Program started in 1967. The NCCRS, which gives credit for non-collegiate learning experiences, and not all colleges utilize it, but it started in 1973. And then Dante's, which is like the CLEP exam, it started way before 2006, but they did make those exams available to non-military families and students after 2006. So it's been around for a long time too. Alternative credits have always been around, and they've been used again by expats, the military, gifted creatives, entrepreneurs, and more. So we do provide support and guidance for you every step of the way. We're going to help you plan out high school and college. We're going to help you select the best classes based on years of experience. There's guidance and direction every step of the way with a personalized roadmap, a by-year student cohort, and yearly in-person meetups. So at True North, we are all about reimagining education in the 21st century. We are using time-tested educational pedagogy paired with cutting-edge tech. So at True North, we're really invested in education. We get education. We love it. We believe that it is the transmission of culture, and we love tech too. So our learning management system is really an online classroom and an online school. And so we love pairing, again, time-tested educational pedagogy with cutting-edge tech. We want to equip our kids with academic and interpersonal tools and skills. We want every student who graduates from True North to have actual academic skills, interpersonal tools, and the ability to be a forward-thinking person of agency. We are really working hard to develop entrepreneurial mindset and abilities and have more entrepreneurship classes than ever before at True North. It's going to be the wave of the future, and we're there for it. And we want our kids to be mission and globally oriented because, listen, the world needs every one of your kids. They're waiting for what they're bringing to the table, and we want to make sure that they're equipped with everything that they need. And we also are really concerned with how much debt our young people are taking on. So we want to provide debt-free access to higher education and early entry to the job market if that's what your student chooses. So what are the next steps and how to apply? Well, you want to go to the website and purchase either a 5-class or a 10-class bundle. And then once you enroll, you'll be connected with one of our dual degree advisors who's going to create a personalized learning plan just for your student. You'll be invited to a fall welcome party for the 24-25 dual degree cohort. And you'll come to the parent student orientation online or watch the recording of it. And then you can expect more information about our spring 25 in-person event as soon as we get it all put together. We've got some things underway and we're super excited about them. So True North, we really believe in community. We offer small group live online classes. We do a student quarterly spotlight where we're really highlighting some of the amazing papers, projects, and presentations our students have done. And you can download it from the website at any time. It's at True North Homeschool Academy. Go to the printables and you can see the quarterly student spotlight and check out some of the amazing work our kids have done in the past. And then you have access to a parent and student dashboard and messaging within our learning management system. We do send out a monthly True North family news and notes. We have a private community Facebook group, and our dual degree students will have a private cohort that they will do monthly meetups in, and then again, a live in-person event. So I hope this has been super helpful to everybody. If you're watching and if you have any other questions, I would absolutely love to touch base with you. We can do a half-hour private meeting. You can tell me what you're thinking about this. If you have any other questions, we are accepting students into the program for fall of 24-25. We already have a nice little cohort formed and super excited about standing this program up this year. It's been something we've been wanting to do for a couple years. So excited that we're offering it right off the bat this year. And we're really excited about this for many reasons. It really does fit with our mission of reimagining education and providing quality skills for our students. So again, if you have any questions about that, I would love to answer them for you. You can reach out to me at the Facebook pages or groups or head on over to the website, True North Homeschool Academy. There's a chat there and just say, I want to learn more about the dual degree program. Who do I talk to? And we'll get you to an advisor. I hope this has been helpful to you. Again, I'm Lisa Nehring, and it's been great to chat with you today. Take care, everybody.